I want to watch this North Korea's bizarre new propaganda program. What the fuck is
being
this?
a horrific, repressive military dictatorship. But what if I told you that life there is super cool and normal? Would you believe me? The North Korean government's propaganda arm thinks you might, which is why lately they've gotten into the YouTube game. These are their top influencers. But
wait,
who
what?
exactly are they? And why is a country that banned YouTube in 2016 backing YouTubers?
Yo, that's sick. Wait, I want to see the OG YouTubers.
And why
actually,
aren't they backing me when I make videos about the glorious DPRK all the time? Like all things North Korea, it's hard to know for certain, but we have a pretty good idea. These two creators were Sungha, an 11-year-old who shows you all her favorite spots in Pyongyang, such as the Children's Hospital.
A child who comes here even forgets why they have come because of the cartoon pictures that are on the wall.
And Yumi, whose life in Pyongyang is also fun and relatable.
It's not my feet, and yet I'm out of breath.
She's even mad that she doesn't have more subscribers.
At the moment, my ratings are not up to the point.
Been there.
She's just like me for real, bro. What the fuck? I love that, like, this has to be, I mean, she's like one of the 3 fucking YouTubers in the country. So like they have no way of understanding this concept. So she's like, she's bringing it back to like ratings. Notice how everyone's walking in pairs? Yeah, what's that about? What's going on? That is kind of
Yumi
freaky.
has 16.3 thousand subscribers and over 750,000 views after less than a year on the platform. Sungha, in a little over a year, has amassed almost 26,000 subscribers and 2 million views. And sure, I'm a lot of them, but it's...
How is that freaky? Wait, what do you mean? That is freaky. What the fuck? It looks deliberate. Wait, you think that's normal? Everyone is just in a 2-pair like this? It's a bit weird. People often have like, people will either be like, there's not a single person walking alone. There's not a single person walking in like a group that's larger than 2. What the fuck?
Yumi has 16.3 thousand subscribers and over 750,000 views after less than a year on the platform. Sungha, in a little over a year, has amassed almost 26,000 subscribers and 2 million views. And sure, I'm a lot of them, but it's still solid. Each of their videos is basically a game of North Koreans. They're just like us. They look at flowers through a magnifying glass, they play rock, paper, scissors in the pool, they get nervous on amusement park rides.
Okay, but they are just like us. And all of that stuff is normal. What the fuck is the argument here? That like North Koreans have some super secret power where they don't get afraid of roller coasters? Like what? Like I actually don't get it. Like listen, what? I mean, yeah, guys, I don't know if you know this. This is going to be shocking revelation. North Koreans are people as well.
Rides.
To be frank with you, I am a coward.
They even show the darker side of living under a brutal regime whose population
No way the average North Korean has seen a roller coaster. I don't know how many fucking theme parks they have, but I mean, if they have one in Pyongyang, then they've definitely seen it. Fuck you mean? Bro, I think American propaganda has made it seem as though like North Korea, the hermit kingdom, is still in the same stage it was, in the same stage of development it was in the immediate aftermath of the dissolution of the USSR. That's not the case. Like North Korea has, despite being gigantically fucked over by America and the rest of the world, the rest of the Western world, has done a relatively decent job of developing itself, all things considered. Relatively decent job, all things considered, since in the past 20 years, I would say. It's not like the same way that you think it is, like it was in like 1995. But of course, no matter what happens, like people make it seem like it's still like it is in 1995. Yeah, I mean, they're weird. Obviously they're autocratic, obviously, 100%. But well, you know, they're doing all right. Dude, there are no cars in any of the videos. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say they're popping off and they have the same shit that you do, you know what I mean? There were cars though? No, I mean cars are not. No, guys. that person is not wrong. There aren't that many fucking cars on the roads. He's right. Okay. People saying they have no rights. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy fuck, they are not autocratic. Man, shut the fuck up, okay? Don't give me this nonsensical bullshit, defend fucking North Korea at all costs ass, fucking left book ass, I'm a 45-year-old rugged revolutionary communist ass bullshit in my fucking chat, okay? Go fucking live in North Korea then, dickhead. No, you would never want to live in North Korea. Suck my cock. Shut up. Like, I defend North Korea on defensible grounds. People make it seem like it's like the worst fucking place on the goddamn planet with respect to, like, you know, people living in huts or whatever, okay? They were absolutely eviscerated by Western forces in the Korean War. And even then, they did a decent job of, like, recovering from that. And while the USSR was around, oh, you're a commie, go live in Cuba. Man, I would love to live in Cuba. I would. I'd love to live in Cuba, you fucking idiot. There's a difference between Cuba and North Korea, you fucking bitch. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut your stupid, dog shit, dumbass, LARPing ass, I'm actually a Maoist revolutionary in the Philippines ass up. You live in Iowa, you eat Burger King every day, you fat fucking American. Suck my dick. Motherfuckers just compared Cuba to North Korea. Shut the fuck up. On the one hand, you got a country that, like, literally developed the lung cancer vaccine. On the other, you have a country that is using most of its fucking GDP on intercontinental ballistic missiles that can't even fucking hit America. Suck my dick. Shut up. Obviously, North Korea and its income distribution or its wealth distribution is nowhere near like Canada, as a matter of fact. They've done well, all things considered. All things considered, they've done well. Their only output is, like, by utilizing China, okay, to even have any kind of trade, any semblance of trade. So they've done a decent job with what they have as far as developing. But it's not like they're fucking doing great or that they're not autocratic. They are literally a theocratic monarchy, basically. Okay, shut the fuck up. I hate that. I hate that so much. Worst take you had in a minute, man. Dude, if you think this is my worst take I've had in a minute, whichever one you're upset about, I don't even know what to tell you. Socialism looks different in every country. Always thought you were way too hard on North Korea. Man, you take a fucking week off too, okay? How about you know what? Actually, I'm going to go back and permanently ban that person. Like, I routinely talk about the way that America greatly exaggerates life and existence in North Korea. In this video, I am, in the eyes of a lot of, like, the Natsec liberals, unironically and uncritically fucking defending North Korea. I'm banning this 28-month subscriber because he has, as a matter of fact, offended the dear leader's sensibilities. Okay? Now, does that mean that America doesn't have a horrifyingly dogshit and awful, maybe even equivalently awful criminal justice system? Of course it does. We have fucking gulags too. We have work camps. We have slavery in our prisons. And we have the highest prisoner per capita population. But don't act like North Korea has, like, a democratic process of, like, democratic process of leadership. Like, shut the fuck up. You are being so insecure. Okay, here's another fucking clapperoony, fucking get ass cheeks clapped. Blow them shits up to smithereens a little bit. Let's do a little bit of a purge. I need to chop some motherfucking heads in the chat, okay? Proverbially, obviously. I don't mean literally. Too much has happened. I can't believe I was literally defending North Korea from the eyes of, like, all of the fucking liberal, brain-broken, Westoid Americans, and yet you had to have some dumbass fucking Revcom-ass, bullshit-ass, I'm actually a fan of North Korea. North Korea is actually literally not an autocracy, or North Korea doesn't have an authoritarian form of governance-ass dumbasses in the fucking chat. And you made me yell at you instead. Are you happy? Are you happy? I could have been yelling at all the libs who say they kill you in North Korea if you even demand water. In North Korea, they don't have bread to eat. Like, so many libtards would have fucking popped off in the chat. But instead, you had to do your neurodivergent ass shit in the chat by being like, no, actually, Zusha is a valid Marxist-Leninist mentality. It's valid. It's real. Shut the fuck up. Like, why can't you just enjoy trains, okay? Why can't you like something normal? Why does your autism have to demonstrate itself in defending and making it seem like North Korea is a wonderful place and valid and real socialism? Just like trains, man. Just trains. You'd be into trains. Why? Why do you have to do it for North Korea and Jusha? Holy shit. See, there you go. They're coming in. They're coming in hot. They're saying, why defend North Korea? There. Back to the normal shit. The idea of it being a theocratic monarchy is pretty goofy, though, even though if you don't think it has any democratic features or whatsoever. Is it? Is it all that goofy to consider North Korea as a theocratic monarchy? It's probably one of the closest. Or do you think that the dynasty is just what people vote for? Like, how do you think, or even the family and its background and the way that it's been promoted? Like, do you think that is not resembling of like a God's chosen son type theocratic monarchy formation? With all due respect, this is another episode of Manufacturing Dissent, Hasanabi edition. What do you mean? Like, there's a reason why North Korea developed in the way that it did. And the reason is us, as always, okay? We fucking blew that country into smithereens. We cut it in half. And then we said everything above this fucking coordinate is going to be reduced to rubble, which then we subsequently reduced to rubble, okay? And a lot of that, that's pretty devastating. You don't really recover from that well, okay? But the idea that, they don't have some, made up, I wouldn't say religion, but it's almost like a religion. That's why I say it is similar to a theocratic monarchy, that they have this incredibly isolated form of governance that runs pretty similar to a theocratic monarchy. I don't know what to tell you. That is true. That part is absolutely true. It is a cult of personality, but calling it just a cult of personality is putting it light. You could say a lot of forms of governance that don't revolve around neoliberal capitalism are backed by cult of personality, charismatic leaders. I would say even Maduro, not even a cult of personality, but I think that Maduro himself is very charismatic, right? Or not Maduro, sorry. Fucking Chavez himself is very charismatic. Maduro, unfortunately, not as much. What is this? I think most MLs recognize that Jusha isn't the most effective way towards communism. They recognize what leads to that style of governance and defend it on that ground. No, you don't have to defend it. If you want to defend it on certain grounds, you can defend it on the grounds that they've been fucked over 1,000,000%. It is so stupid to turn around and but then act like it's actually socialism in action. Please watch Yeonmi Park, North Korean Survivor. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna watch Yeonmi Park and her psychopathic ass, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you know what's a lot like North Korea? Columbia University. Okay, that's what she said. Why the fuck would I watch some psychotic right-wing propaganda mouthpiece? North Korea gets enough negative coverage in and of itself. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let fucking dumbasses in the chat also make it seem like it's, peachy and fun and incredible. It's somewhere in between, I guess.
Population has way too little food and way too much slavery.
This is what triggers the fuck out of me when they're like, oh man, they have no food. I wonder why, okay? Even though their diets have improved dramatically, like I said, over the course of the past fucking 20 years. But they have way too much slavery. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I'm so glad I'm living in the slavery-free United States of America. Suck my dick, okay?
Little food and way too much slavery.
Yeah, love living in the slave-free nation state of the United States of America, where slavery is literally codified in the fucking in our laws, okay? The 13th Amendment straight up enshrines, codifies slavery, protects it, has institutionalized it. We have the largest prisoner population on the planet, literally the highest prisoner per capita population other than like, you know, random island nations and whatnot. So ironic that, you know, anyone ever says that. Okay. Also, we do produce an abundance of food, unlike fucking North Korea, which has a embargo from the rest of the planet, with the exception of like China, I guess, because China wants a barrier state between them and like American assets. And yet here we produce an abundance of fucking food, and yet we still have 9 million hungry children. So people don't realize that some towns in America will crumble if we stop prison labor. Yes. Anyways, there was clearly an opinion other than yes. If your coworkers are Cuban in the U.S., they're generally one of the more psychotic political factions in the country. Not every single one, but there are a lot of reactionary Cuban Americans, yes. Consistently voting, you know, for the Republican Party, too.
Wow, you wouldn't expect a propaganda channel to reference the worsening food shortage in North Korea. Wait, unless...
Because we were in water.
Oh, just from swimming. I can't believe I fell for that.
However, there is also a bad side about it too.
Wait, maybe we've got something here.
This year, I'm going to the middle school.
That's actually pretty bad. But still, daily life in North Korea isn't what these influencers are showing us, even for the most well-off elites. For example, given how shoddy the country's power supply is, that amusement park Yumi cowered at is probably closed most of the time. But the big tell that these channels are state-sponsored propaganda isn't the misleading excursions or the semi-frequent mentions of the supreme leader, it's that they exist at all. See, in North Korea, the internet is a privilege of the few and the literally well-connected. Most people have none at all, while some are allowed onto a government-run intranet called Kwangmyeong, which as of 2014 hosted a couple thousand highly censored websites copied over from the real internet. North Koreans can only access it with permission on government-made websites in highly supervised computer labs, university libraries, and cyber cafes, and since you can't reach it outside of the Hermit Kingdom, it's not the best place to launch a global influencing career. Some people in North Korea have access to the real internet. Government officials, their relatives, and a small handful of people who need it to do their jobs like hackers, some researchers, and propagandists. Altogether, less than 1% of the population. The country has a whopping 2 lines that physically connect it to the internet. One run to China and the other to Russia, plus seemingly a couple satellite connections. And all that infrastructure is weak, slow, and old enough that one American was able to single-handedly break it all down for a bit last year with a series of DDoS attacks, and not, as I'd assumed, a viral pic of Kim J.
Oh man, that's I'm so glad we DDoSed the tiny fucking internet that they had, dude. Fuck those guys, dude. I mean, they don't even love that, dude. Love that. I'm sure one random American, by the way, it's got real Ukraine affiliated operators vibe, unaffiliated with the United States.
Yumi and Songa have smartphones to film on, foreign media to fangirl about.
My favorite book is Harry Potter, written by J.K. Rowling.
The World Cup is just around the corner. Millions of football fans, including me, make personal predictions on the result as always.
And access to YouTube to post it all, meaning they have to have a lot of permission from and connection to the regime. Which means that, yes, these people are worse than propagandists. They're Nepo babies. Yumi has been linked to Sogwon, the North Korean media company responsible for a propaganda YouTube channel that got banned in 2020, the host of which was suspected to be related to Sogwon's CEO.
Wait, why do they fucking... I don't get it. Like, why do they ban this shit? Why is everyone allowed to do propaganda but North Korea? Like, actually. Like, what the fuck do you think... What do you think the Qatar World Cup was? Like, what do you think? But hey, that's an American ally. So, like, they are allowed to pay for that propaganda. And also, they have assets. So, like, they're allowed to fucking do propaganda for their state. Every country does this. Like, I don't get it. Like, every fucking nation state does this shit. But when North Korea does it, it's like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? Oh, man, that's crazy. Like, yeah, I mean, who cares? What are you going to fucking turn around and be like... Are you going to turn around, watch this, and go, oh, man, North Korea seems like awesome. It's an awesome place to live. Like, is that what you think? Don't worry. There's plenty of anti-North Korea propaganda that, like, is already getting cut every day. To be fair, most normies don't think network news is propaganda. Yeah.
John Kwang-hui and North Korea's ambassador to China, Hee Rong-nam. And Song-hae's dad worked at the North Korean embassy in London, her grandfather is Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs Park Myung-guk, and her great-grandfather is Ri Sol, a military commander so beloved by the Kim family that he got a full state funeral. And I thought I was well connected because my dad is the guy from Wendover. So why bother? For ages, outward-facing North Korean propaganda looked like this. Why the pivot to this?
Yeah, they're modernizing. It's like very obvious that they're modernizing and trying to do, I don't know, whatever they can with the fucking incredibly limited resources that they have. In the 90s, the U.S. government used to pay propagandists. Now YouTubers just do it for free. No, I don't think this is like, obviously, bro, it's North Korea. They're not doing it because they want to be on YouTube. I'm sure they might individually want to be on YouTube, but yeah, I'm sure that they are doing it at the behest of the state. Yes. He meant American YouTubers do it for free. Yeah, I mean.
But in our country, Mother's Day is on the 16th of November.
Like just about every North Korean thing we cover on HAI, it comes down to foreign money. Most of the world has sanctioned North Korea to bits, so their currency is nothing, so they need foreign cash to bankroll their toy habit. Songha and Yumi's channels, as well as...
Yeah, dude, in North Korea, they famously eat missiles for breakfast, dude. Like, what the fuck? No. Of course they need money for food, man. For food. What are you... Hello? Like, oh, God. Yo, I hate that. I hate this attitude. It's like... Yeah, no, it's just only bankrolling their fucking missile systems. And no, it's not that they need the YouTube monetization. They need to at least put like a limited counter to the overwhelming amount of like anti-North Korean propaganda that you can hear from every facet, so much so that people don't even recognize it as propaganda. Like, even by his own metric, like, he literally said they're starving, okay? And then he says, oh, it's the money is for guns, which, again, we're American, dog. Like, don't you find that a little bit ironic? Like, we're literally American. Like, that's literally what we do. We have starving children in our country, but we make an abundance of food. They don't even have that abundance. Okay? We make all the fucking guns. We spend all of our money on guns. And we still have starving children in this country. That's like infinitely more unacceptable than fucking North Korea's like marginal ass economy that is also partially that way because they've been shut out from the entire planet. Like, sure, Jusha self-reliance, but like, you know, it feels like the Western world read that and went, bet. Oh, you want to do self-reliance? Bet. I mean, it's, you guys know what my opinions are on this kind of thing. I consider it to be totally unacceptable.
Similar ones on Chinese social media sites Weibo and Bilibili aren't just raking in AdSense dollars from YouTube, they're trying to make potential tourists question the negative impression of the country they might have from, well, the facts. In 2018, 100...
Yeah, like, this is what I mean. It's like, God... Is this Wendover, by the way? Because like I love his videos usually. Is this the same guy? But I love his videos are pretty good usually. But like this is again, this is like literally the edge of like nobody even considers this. You know what I mean? Nobody even considers this to be like just anything outside of just factually correct information. Like, he just pointed to Voice of America, right? Like, Voice of America is literally American State Department propaganda. Like, that's it. The facts. Like, that is before we even get to the BBC, before we get to like Western propaganda that you see from outlets that portray it as like factually correct point of view.
2018, 125,000 foreign tourists visited North Korea, roughly the same amount that went to San Diego Comic-Con, but the border's been closed since January 2020. And with their economy in even more shambles than usual thanks to COVID, the government is trying.
Why are they using their money for missiles and not for food then? Bro, they're not. What money, dog? They try to make do with whatever the fuck they have. Sure. Do they have like a blossoming... do they have a, I guess, robust missile defense and offensive capabilities? Sure, I guess. But like... You know, I mean, America does the same thing too, but that doesn't even matter. Like, they don't have enough money for food, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? They have the same GDP as Alabama. Yeah, exactly.
Trying new strategies to make North Korea seem like a safe, fun, tourist-friendly place to go fishing or visit a water park gym when they open up again. My 2 cents? Definitely visit, assuming you have the same travel preferences as Songya.
Would you go for very scary or just scary? I choose very scary.
If you also choose very scary,
I don't know. I feel like covering North Korea in a negative light kind of resembles like, you know, putting a camera on the poorest family living in Alabama and then like making fun of them. You know what I mean? It would literally be like a black kid in like one of the most impoverished neighborhoods in Alabama making like TikTok videos about how sweet his life is, right? And then like me looking at that, covering it, like, and being like, they don't even have working sewage systems, dog. Why the fuck do you think your life is good? Fuck you. Now, obviously, it's not a one-to-one comparison because like there is a reason for this, right? It's like, you know, the North Korean state wants this out there to like, I guess, try to counter American propaganda or Western propaganda as best as you can. But like, ultimately, she's incredibly wealthy and connected. Brother, she's North Korea wealthy and connected. And the state itself, if you look at it as an entity on its own, is still North Korea. Okay? The fuck do you mean? Did you just say income inequality in North Korea? Like, did you just make that argument right now? 1, she's 9 years old, okay? 2, even the North Korean state in and of itself is nothing. Like, they have nothing. They literally have nothing. Why do you always have to use black people when you have to compare shit? Man, shut the fuck up. Because I'm racist, okay? Suck my dick. 16-month subscriber. Because I'm a racist person, okay? Been in here for 16 fucking months. Why do you think? Because it's one of the most glaring, one of the most obvious instances of ongoing injustices in the wealthiest nation on earth. Maybe that's the reason why I made that comparison. Or maybe for some other undisclosed third reason that I'm like actually racist in your schizophrenic mind. I don't know. Am I allowed? Am I allowed to do that? Yeah. Maybe perhaps the reason why I used Alabama is because there are fucking neighborhoods in Alabama, specifically black neighborhoods, that do not have active working sewage systems because, you know, white supremacy. That good?